Look, Mr. Ruskin, when I pay for transportation, I want to know when it leaves and what time it arrives. A plane's no difference.
As soon as I know when we're taking off, I'll tell you.
Look, if you can't give me a time, I'll take the whole bloody lot off and put it back on my truck. I'm not having my customers sitting in Croydon all day waiting for you.
We'll be at Croydon, unloaded, 3 o'clock, all right?
Look, I'm paying you to fly, lad, not to hang around.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm employing you because you're cheap, Mr. Ruskin, not because you're the most reliable air freight service in the north.
Well, you don't have to worry on that score.
Well, it's not quite what I heard. But you put your mind at rest, Mr. Ruskin. I don't worry. I'll let my insurers do that. Right, Harry, back to the yard, eh?
Silly, Philip.
Dave Shattuck? Where the hell are you? Of course it's bloody me. Who do you think it is? Just get off your ass and get over here. An hour ago, that's when. Right. Didn't realise how late it was, drunken bugger. Didn't even bother to apologise. Blokes like him, they won't let me fly.
He's on his way, though.
Be here in half an hour.
Good.
Bloody gas pilots, waste of time, the lot of them.
Should ask Peter to come back then, shouldn't you?
Peter? It's been 6 months since the crash. He's too well tucked up in London.
He needed time to get over it, but he's all right now, isn't he?
Oh, cushy job, happy as a sandboy.
Maybe. Reading between the lines.
Oh, point is, love, we can't afford a full-time pilot. Peter or anyone else. Not for one flight a week if we're lucky. Have to take what we can get.
I know. I think I'll pop round to Mum's later on.
All right.
Oh, Kelly phoned. He's coming over this afternoon.
Well, I have to call back when I'm around, won't he?
He's not going to find much wrong with the logs, is he? It's nothing to fiddle. Look, have you spoken to Mac? Because he's really worried about...
I know. Bloody spares. Been hearing about nothing else for weeks.
Piper! Piper, sir. Piper!
Keeping busy, Mr. Whitney?
A fair bit on.
And this? Your report on the Hansom and Linstead claim? Very straightforward insurance, Mr. Whitney.
Well, I couldn't see any problem.
The only problem is your report. It's not my habit to use words like sloppy, but, well, it is exactly that.
Well, I was rather pleased with it.
And I'm afraid you're alone in your opinion. Again, Mr. Whitney. You might find it a change from your aeronautical pursuits.
Hold on to her for a bit, Dave. I'll take over later.
No, I'm flying.
You what?
I said I'm flying.
I see what you're doing.
Not up here.
In my plane, you do as you're bloody told.
Not up here, like I said. You may own this crate, but I'm the only one in this cockpit with a license to fly her. Right, Mac?
I'm only the engineer.
Yeah, and I'm the pilot.
If you think some sodding piss artist is going to tell me how to run my plane, you've a lot to learn.
Not from you. I wouldn't come near your tin pot outfit unless I was bloody hard up. I don't mean to say I'm going to put my license at risk, just so you can pretend you still got one. Just sit back and enjoy the flight.
You're not going to tell me you like living at Mrs. Harvey's?
I'm not complaining.
I don't know why you went back there after the baby and the wedding. You could have found yourself somewhere nicer.
Suits his mum. Handy for the airfield. Last thing Jack wants to worry about just now, where we live. We're all right. Look, Mum, I came here for a break.
Sorry, love. Ooh, your dad's key. You'll be looking for that. It's just, I don't know, you don't seem to tell us much these days.
Not much to tell.
Jack getting any work?
Not a lot. It's been quiet since the crash, really. You know how these things get around. It has been easy for Jack, seeing it all, you know.
Jen, if things are bad, it's no good pretending.
Oh, it's daft. Just me thinking on things too much. Come on, get that pie in. Oh, Dad's not going to reckon much to you, chattering away the afternoon. Nothing ready for his tea.
You're right.
Not a thing, Jack. All my own planes are on the East Africa run, and I'm not letting anyone else in.
What about here in England?
Basically, Jack, I'm not farming out any more work. The marketplace isn't what it was. Bandits are too well organized now. Big business. Stopping for another job?
No, thanks. Better get back up north.
Sorry if times are hard.
Oh, not really. Mac, always on the lookout then. Dinner.
Hello, Jack, lad. Come to give me some money?
Not this trip, no.
Well, you do owe me, son, and Ernie don't like waiting.
You'll get your money.
What about Mr. Maynard? Is he still waiting for the payments on the DAC Whitney pranged, or do you pay him first?
I told you you'll get it.
Well, I'm not sure that I want it. A lot of demand for DAC spares with this Berlin business. Hello there. I've been thinking of taking old Vera back, breaking her up for spares.
Don't try threatening me, Ernie.
I mean it. And I don't need threats. Just read the small print. Sometime.
You'll get it back over my dead body.
Can be arranged, my son.
And it's making a fortune. Must be. 6 stacks, last I heard. Well, you must know him. Little bloke. Black hair and a bushy moustache.
Can't say I do.
Ah, you know Jimmy Illingworth, Mac? You must do.
Oh, yeah, I know the name. An old man of mine was working for him.
Well, you got to hand it to him. Started off with sod all, 2 clubbed-out dags. Now, I mean, when they asked the bandits to help out on the Berlin airlift, one of the first out there, Jimmy was. Flying round the clock. Pulling in a fortune, he must be.
Pity you're not out there with him.
I'll be there soon enough, don't you worry. As soon as I get myself sorted out.
Oh, be some time then.
How much longer do you think he's going to put up with it?
Come on, Eileen, I did get the job done.
Done wrong.
Not so much wrong as... it's not my habit to use words like sloppy.
You've got to be serious, Peter. I mean, Mr. Morton has got it in for you now, and you have got your job to think about.
Oh, come on, Eileen, it's bad enough I'm going to do it. I've got to start thinking about it as well.
You're probably...
Well, it's only a job. Might as well get some fun out of it.
But there's always the risk.
Oh, yes, well, you know me. No risk is too great.
Have you heard from your friends up north at all?
No, not for a bit. Probably too busy.
You miss flying,
Yeah, Mug's game.
but you still think about it, in spite of your accident.
Only when I got nothing better to think about.
You're right, Peter.
Oh. Oh, a couple of pints on an empty stomach, that's all. Get some crisps. Oh, look, are you coming back to Kingston tonight?
I don't know.
Well, might as well. Auntie's away.
I suppose so. Might as well.
Good girl. Get some drinks in.
Anyway, once I get myself sorted out after Berlin, Illingworth's outfit. Set myself up, those bandits are raking it in.
Well, I shouldn't waste any time, then.
Oh, well, you got to pick the right time, Mac, that's the thing. See, now's not the right time. Plenty of work for engineers, too. Well, there must be. All those planes out there.
I'm okay.
Well, you're not doing yourself much good here. It stands to reason. Not with Ruskin. Smell of death about it, this place. And now's a good time to leave. Are you going for a drink?
Thanks. No.
Well, I'll see you then.
I've got to pay Cade first. I'll stall Maynard somehow.
All right. Now, my friend Sanders isn't exactly pushing for rent. Still, the amount of chatting up I've been doing, I just hope he doesn't decide to collect in kind.
So forget Cade. Fuel bill first. We're buggered without that.
And Max spares?
Oh, he'll have to make do when the work starts coming in.
Pig sprout wings.
Thanks, Jen. I'm glad I can rely on your support.
Hello, Max.
Working long hours, Mr. Kerritt. Help yourself. You know where everything is.
I'm afraid I have to inform you that your Dakota is grounded.
What?
Naturally, the proper
What are you
document.
talking about?
Look, as soon as the necessary repairs are carried out,
What
I can say-
repairs?
I have a list of 17 items which need replacing or overhauling. Some of them are only too obvious. Tyres, for
And the
instance.
rest?
I discussed the state of the aircraft with Mac, and
Oh,
he's...
very cosy. Working for the Air Registration Board now, are we?
Well, I did tell you, Jack, time and time again.
Go on, stick the knife
Well,
in.
I'm not going to lie about the bloody plane, Jack. It's my job to make sure
What's your job? Not anymore.
Jack, you're overreacting.
You just closed me down. What do you expect me to do? Shake his bloody hand?
That aircraft is not airworthy. I'll get the papers tomorrow.
Oh, look, we'll sort something out, Jack.
Will we bollocks? You collect your kit and piss off. Find a better engineer.
Oh, that's it then.
Aye. Well, what you waiting for? You go watch?
See you, Jack.
Bloody fool, Jack! You bloody fool!
Muskin Air Services? Yeah, of course. Look, I know about the bill. Well, it's only 15 quid. Hang on a minute, will you? Sir. You'll get your money. When you do, that's when.
Ruskin Air Services.
No. Don't I know you?
George Seymour, Nordair.
Doncaster. Jack Ruskin. So what can I do for you?
Wondered if you could help out with a job for me.
Well,
I'm working with Jimmy Illingworth and some other bandits. Germany. Flying into Berlin. Got 11 DACs out there now, a couple of Tudors.
well, that's very nice for you. Where do I come in?
A load of DAC spares for our blokes at RAF Fassberg. No UK transport, that's a problem. Don't want to bring one of the lads back.
How much?
Over the odds, I want the stuff out there pretty damn quick.
Well, sounds fair enough.
Good.
I'm wasting your time, Mr. Seymour. I can't do the job.
I see. I didn't realize you'd be so busy.
I'm not busy. I'm just closed down for a bit, that's all. Sorry I can't help.
Some other time, perhaps.
Can I help you, sir? Perkins is the name. Perkins Garages.
You've got an advert for a fitter in the Herald.
Ah, that's right. Come on, follow me. Where were you before, then?
Garton Airfield on planes, Dakotas.
Well, you'll not find much call for that round here.
I'm a good fitter, Mr. Perkins.
Scotch, are you?
No,
What are you, then?
Scottish.
Sounds Scotch to me. Sister-in-law married a Scotchman. I never really took to him. Now, there's lots of high-class work here, Mr.
McAvoy.
Very high-class, as you can see. So I take it you have got references, apart from tinkering around with aeroplanes. But I've had some very unsuitable applicants for this job. Very disappointing. You reckon you're up to the standard of work in this garage, then, do you?
It's possible.
Very well, then. I'll give you a week's trial, Mr. McAvoy.
Starting when?
Starting now. You've hardly qualified for a day off.
Not have it wasted, Jack.
Maybe Mrs. Harvey's run out of tin salmon for a cat. Give it to her.
Thanks very much. I noticed you didn't have any trouble down in pints last night.
Just a couple, eh?
Oh, well, you're a slow drinker then. By the time you got...
Forget it, will you? Forget it.
Why? Why? Every time I say anything, every time I ask anything, forget it. I try and get near you, forget it. Well, I don't want to forget, Jack. I want to talk. Well, don't you have anything to say?
Well, not a lot, no.
No money, no license. Up to your eyes in debt. God, I don't know what you think you're doing down that airfield. You can forget the business. There isn't one, Jack. 2 years and... 2 years and bugger all. That's it. Everything just gone. All of it. And all your bullying, your shouting, and your madcap schemes. What for, eh? You're still blaming everybody else for what went wrong. I've heard about it ever since you started, Jack. Peter telling you what to do, yes? Kennet poking his nose in, and Max repairs, and then there's bankers and tribunals, and always Mr. Ernest Cade, of course. Never anything Jack Ruskin did.
But every time some other shot buggered things up, it was my fault. That what you said?
He never even blinked when Albie got killed.
Don't say that.
The transposition in the family is still serious.
Want to be out of here quick, Sheriff.
Twinkling, Squire. Manifold rope. That's the reason.
Just get it right, that's all. It won't be money you collect from any cave.
You know that bloke. Dave. Ginger hair. Drinks a bit.
Oh,
excuse me. You only just missed him. Heard him say we're going over to the airfield with his mates.
Well, it's hardly likely this time of night, is it? Anyway, he don't work for me now.
Not surprised. Nasty-looking bunch with him. But from London, you know.
Where are the light switches?
How the hell should I know?
Well, you work here.
For one day. As a pilot, not a bloody caretaker.
Anyway, find them. Don't put too many on. Don't want the coppers turning up to help us. Right, come on, get us straight back. How long to fill her up?
Depends how much there is in the tanks.
Yeah, we'll find out then. Don't want to unload all this bloody petrol just for the sake of it.
All right, I'll check the gauges. Yeah, it's all right. It's up here to get us down to Kent. More than.
Oh, that's kind of Ruskin. Ernie will be most grateful. Right, get the lorry out of here, Mr. McQueen. We won't be needing it after all. Get the bloody thing started, then.
Not in here.
Why not?
Too dangerous, my friend. Find space. You have to tow it out.
How?
Easy. Who's that? I'll fix up the ropes.
Hey, Thomas! Get the tractor round in front of the plane, will you? Careful of the suit. What's the matter with the bloody thing? Better give the starting handle a try.
Nice and easy, and not until I say go. Would you two watch the wingtips, please?
What's happened to you then?
Ruskin.
We are repossessing this aeroplane, Mr. Ruskin. On behalf of the legal owner. Hey, Thomas! Mr. McQueen! Come on, Ruskin, let's be having you. Get him out of there.
Come on, help them.
You're welcome. I'm not getting paid enough for a punch-up.
Get him out. Just the sodding plane we want, Ruskin. Not worth getting done over for. More of us, Ruskin.
You're a lucky man, Ruskin. This time. Come on, lads. Ernie's not gonna like this.
Doesn't make encouraging reading.
No.
And what do you want me to do?
I'm going to hold off on the loan repayments for 6 months, and I want to increase the amount of the loan by £500.
You've still got a nerve, Jack Ruskin, I'll say that. And what happens when the 6 months is up? You're paying off a bigger loan than ever. There's nothing down there to make me think you can do it. And you've got Cade. No, Jack.
I'm going to clear Cade in 6 months, I reckon.
How?
Berlin.
The Berlin airlift, as I understand it, is not a horn of plenty.
Near enough. They're paying 45 quid a flying hour to break that Russian blockade. Round the clock, 7 days a week.
And it can be over tomorrow.
Oh, what's on the grapevine?
Russians only have to back down.
Then the sooner I'm out there, the better.
You can't provide a backup. One plane, if that
Oh,
goes
I've got
down...
backup. Jimmy Illingworth, George Seymour.
Oh, George.
Well, a few others out there working together.
And you can get in with them?
I am in. I've already got work. Flying to Fassberg from their base in England.
Not down in there.
No, well, I told you I've been grounded. I can make money, Mr. Maynard. But I'm not going to do it sitting at Garton with a dead Dakota.
There's money in the airlift, for some. But at the end of the day, it's not much more than talk, is it?
I agree. That's why I need the loan. Vera needs to be overhauled. There's special radio parts for Berlin, and there's a big range of spares. Oh, there is one other thing. Cade wants to repossess. He's already tried once. Now, that will be the end, wouldn't it? Bankrupt. So you've got a choice, Mr. Maynard. Either you got a percentage of a risk, or you got a percentage of nothing.
No, Jack, I'm sorry. Guts is one thing, but business, no more money. I tell you what, though, I will hold off on the loan repayments for 6 months. You'll have to get the cash somewhere else. Come back to me in a few months' time with money in the bank, and we'll see.
He'll have to do. I'll be back. Thank you.
See your tunes when you're
Yeah!
Oh, what? Jack! What the hell?
I thought I'd never find you. Bloody rabbit war on this place.
Well, it must have been months.
Yeah, well, it's a nice welcome from
Well,
it.
I'm sorry, Eileen, Miss Westbury, this is Jack Ruskin.
How do you do?
Hello.
Well, it beats Carlton in the snow, doesn't it?
Mr. Whitney, why has the work of this office been interrupted? Who is this gentleman?
Jack Ruskin, Mr. Moulton.
Maida Peters. Well, you coming for a drink?
What, now?
I've got something that might interest you.
What?
Berlin airlift.
When?
Starting next week. Well, come on, I'm dying of thirst.
Right, you're on.
Mr. Whitney, there is a good half hour before lunch.
Oh, that's all right, Mr. Moulton. I wasn't thinking of eating just yet.
For goodness sake, just leave her be.
I've said nought. Happen I
She'll
should.
tell us all about it when she's ready.
And Jack?
I don't know, love.
You don't have to whisper.
Don't talk so daft, lass.
Is Jack going to be all right?
Jack's always all right, didn't you know that?
It's bound to worry us. I mean, if the both of you
Yes,
could get...
shouldn't the two of you just...
Look, I'll talk to him when he gets home, Mum.
So what do you think?
£500. I mean, you seriously expect me to invest in a company that's on its last leg?
In partnership. You get your money back in a month on the airlift. It's a gold mine.
You reckon?
Well, we won't be alone out there. The deal with Seymour's all sewn up, I told you.
Yes, what about Cade?
Hot air. Right, squadron leader, you gonna buy a drink to celebrate?
Peter hasn't even got his pilot's license back yet.
Oh, haven't I? Fortnight ago, Croydon.
Why didn't you tell me?
Oh, you'd only have worried, Eileen. Anyway, she'll make Mr. Moulton happy.
Peter, it's not just another joke. Losing your job, risking your money.
There are not a lot of jokes left at Empire and Far Eastern, Eileen. That's half the trouble. I'm a flyer. I always will be. Now, Jack, this time, I want a percentage and a proper say in what goes on.
10% and some say. Come on, get the drinks in, we'll discuss it.
Janet. Look, I'll see you later, whatever happens.
I don't think it's been easy for him. Getting over the crash.
Seems all right to me.
He can laugh. Too much sometimes. It's much deeper than that. Well, the one who died, Albie, wasn't it? It's still on his mind.
I'll leave the psychology for them as enjoys it. Eileen, you'd never have held on to him, you know, cooped up in an office. Peter and me are going to Berlin next week. We need an engineer.
Or maybe you'll find a better one this time round.
He doesn't know of a better one.
Peter!
Mac. Look, what are they paying you there?
Not enough.
Well, whatever it is, Ruskin Air Services will guarantee to halve it.
She's still the same old bastard.
Yes, he is. Now, are you on or not?
I'm on.
I don't like fitters having personal calls. There might be a customer trying to have Mr. Pettit complaining only the other week.
Well, it won't happen again, I can promise you that.
Very well, then.
No. About this week's trial.
Aye, well, you'll do.
Aye, well, you won't. I'm getting back to tinkering with planes.
It's no use pretending about us, Jack. You might be able to do that with the business.
We're all right, love, we're surviving.
Not you and me, or you and the airline.
You, me, and the airline.
No, Jack. You may be. We're not. We're not surviving. Haven't been now for a long time. Even before the wedding.
That's bloody daft.
Listen to me, Jack. Look, I'm not going to start shouting or complaining. I'm just facing it. I've had enough. Now, I'm not blaming, I'm just saying. Oh, I don't know. The airline, the way we are together, well, it's no fun, is it? No life. Just money and fights.
This is not the time, is it? I've got to get Vera ready for Germany by the end of the week. There's lots to do.
I'll get rid of this place at the end of the week, then.
There's no point in keeping it on. Maybe it was a mistake. We'll get sorted out, a bit more money. Find somewhere decent. Look, love, I know it's been tough.
Yeah. Yes, you go away, give us both time to think about it, and then when you get back...
What are you trying to tell me, to bugger off or what?
That's what I don't know, Jack. Maybe I am.
Well, like you said, you've got plenty of time to think about it. Now I've got to get some sleep. There's a hell of a lot to get going.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
You're not exactly...
I'm sorry, Peter. Don't think I'm not pleased to see you. I am.
That's good. I'm glad to see you too. Look, you don't think I've done the wrong thing, do you? Coming back, putting some cash in the kitty.
I don't know. What you and Jack decide about the business has nothing to do with me. I've just about had it up to here with Ruskin Air Services. I'll see you later.
Yes, of course, I've thought about it. But a single operator? I wouldn't want to end up on my arse out there. I couldn't take the risk of everything folding because my plane's US for a few days.
Might survive.
But what you're really saying is I need backup in Germany?
Yes.
Good. Because I want to get in on your setup.
That's what I thought.
And?
Not ruling it out.
I see. Well, so, what'll be the deal?
Right. You work for yourself. Jimmy Illingworth and I take a percentage of your gross. You pay for your spares. We all put in with repairs and so on. If your plane's US, we find your crew work. Maintenance or flying. Flyers get paid a standard rate on anyone else's bus. If you need a pilot, we provide him. You pay him.
Yeah, I'd need to see the figures.
You're not in yet. You've got a reputation for cutting corners here, Ruskin.
Well, that's what the airlift's all about.
How solvent are you now?
Well, I do have J.C. Maynard backing me.
I see.
It would, of course, want all the details in writing, your contract.
Yeah. I have another load of spares for Fassberg. We'll talk about contracts when you get them there. The day after tomorrow.
Thursday?
Either you're in or you're not.
Oh, no, I'll be there.
Morning.
Morning.
I can't falter, Mac. You've done an excellent job.
Well, it took a lot of doing in the time, I can tell you that.
Right. As far as I'm concerned, you're back in business.
What?
Good luck in Berlin.
Let's go then, Mac.
Jack. What? You reckon Peter's okay?
Well, he's all right, eh?
Oh, come on, you saw that landing.
Just out of practice, that's all. What the hell's this?
Ruskin Air Services?
Aye?
Mr. Ruskin?
What do you want?
Mr. Ruskin, I'm a county court bailiff and I'm required to issue this order of distraint against your aircraft, George Able George Howe York.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I can't oblige. We're just off.
It's quite impossible.
Berlin Airlift, urgent spares. It's official.
Look, it is my duty to issue this order on behalf of Mr. Ernest Cade. The rest is up to the county court.
I understand, but you'll have to get in touch with the Air Ministry if you want to stop this flight. Priority clearance. You have heard of the Berlin Airlift?
Yeah, of course I have, yeah.
National emergency as far as the RAF's concerned. Look at this, look. Signed by an Air Vice Marshal.
Oh, right, I see,
So we're under military orders.
Yeah, well, I shall have to seek advice, you know.
Look, there's a phone box round the back of the hangar.
Yeah, all right, thanks a lot, yeah. Hey, you two stay there.
You have got enough change?
Yeah. Oh, thanks very much, Mr. Ruskin.
Where did you get all that crap about Air Vice Marshals from?
I got talent for it, didn't you know, Mac?
You're bloody true.
Just get in the van, will you?
flaming phone book. Get in the car! Get in! Stupid better devils! I don't...
What's all that flap?
Bailiff.
Huh? What do they want?
The plane.
What's so good to them? Hang on, man. Yours.
That was on June the 24th. Since then, the only way in and out of West Berlin is by air. In West Berlin, there are over 2 million people to supply with food, fuel, medicine, everything from salt to steamrollers. A few weeks ago, one RAF load included the regimental mascot of the Welsh Fusiliers, Bloody Goat. You'll be flying Dax into Gatow along this corridor. Gatow's here, further out from the center of Berlin than the American base at Tempelhof, but an easier landing. So you'll be able to make 4 trips a day, loaded to the gills. So if you're still carrying any unnecessary weight, strip it out. Dax fly at 5.5 inward, 4.5 outward. You stick to height and speed like it's the 11th commandment. We don't mind if you break some of the others, but not that one. Your lifeline is the radio beacon at Frohnau, here. When the operator picks you up, do what he says. Remember, the next bloke's only 30 seconds behind you, which means one thing. If you overshoot Gatow, you come back here with your load and start all over again. Best advice is don't miss. Thank you. Like that way. Russian harassment you'll experience... Gentlemen, please. Russian harassment you'll experience for yourself. You could be buzzed, have your radio jammed, be dazzled by searchlights. All I can say is they won't shoot you out of the sky. So, if you see a MiG fighter, one of these, coming straight at you, chances are you'll miss. Now, I know you've only just arrived, and some of you have flown a long way, but I'd like to get you all slotted in this afternoon. So, bite to eat and a rest and flight briefing in an hour's time at 15:20. Okay? Thank you, gents. You can't accuse me of wasting any time.
Oh, well, what was all that about bloody Meg? You heard the man. Let's get something to eat.
Ruskin Air Services here.
Oh, there's me.
Better come in, Ruskin. I've got some bad news for you.
That's bloody daft. I thought you needed planes.
Oh, we do. It's hardly our fault if you get yourself into a mess back in Blighty. It's quite clear. Return to Croydon pending a writ for possession of your aircraft.
He's not been served yet, then.
No.
Yes, howdy.
Who's after your plane?
Just a spiff.
I am.
Look, I am more used to you on the airlift, aren't I?
I deny that. We're pretty desperate. I reckon we take a Boy Scout with a kite at the moment. I don't see what I can do.
How long will it take you to get to that?
Could be some time. You better get something to eat, Ruskin.
Thanks.
What for? Problem?
No.
I see those rational bastards. Lined up. Ready for takeoff. Thank you, how are you? Roger, zero out. On number 6. Stand by for takeoff. Roger. George Able Dog How King. Lined up. Ready for takeoff. Roger, How King. You're number 7. Stand by for takeoff. Clearance.
George Able George How Young. Lined up, ready for takeoff.
Roger, How Young. See if he's taken to you.
There we'll look. Follow me through.
George, how are you? Clear to go. Turn right onto track. Hold course to 085.
Yours.
All aircraft, this is Gatow Tower. Watch out for Russian fighter activity.
George,
This is Gatow Tower. Watch out for Russian fighter activity. Charlie King, 2190.
The number of flights into Berlin rose to nearly 18,000 in August, and British and American sources are confidently predicting a figure close to 20,000.
Right then, Brady, you take the first two this morning.
Oh, Max. You're number 7, X-ray Zebra.
Charlie Baker, steer
Ready for takeoff.
195 and reduce height to 2,000. Thank you, are you? What cargo are you carrying?
Gatow Tower, George How Young, carrying coal again, on our way to Newcastle.
Love Baker, Charlie. This is Rosberg Tower. 195. Landing on runway 26.
Reduce 1,000. 9 miles to touchdown. Overshoot, Baker Victor. Repeat, overshoot. Have an accident on runway 26. Return to personnel. See you later.
Roger, Fastbird. Able Victor Airborne. Round we go again. IAS 130, Fastbird. X-ray Zebra, this is X-ray Zebra. We have urgent medical supplies. Please advise unloading area. You're blocking the runway. Maintaining 190. This is X-ray Zebra. Any further instructions?
Watch out for Russian fighter activity.
Jack, that's like
Watch out for Russian
bloody
fighter
Russians.
Stop complaining, Peter. We've earned nearly 700 quid this week, and it's not over yet.
Queenie Victor, airspeed,
Gatow Tower, carrying coal again, on our way to Newcastle. Oh, never mind the paintwork, but
please. How are you? Code on 190. Hello, Jack. Peter not flying today?
Able Baker, this is Gatow Tower. Please note new arrangements for unloading flour. 8 miles to touchdown.
Start!
George, how are you? Clear to land. I have a report that you're receiving Russian interference. Please use straight channel right. Repeat, channel right.
How much is that making now, mate?
38.
2 more trips and we'll be making a profit.
6 miles to touchdown.
Fastbird from George How Young. Back again, Dick. Set us up for another trip. I'll see if I can wake up the pilot.
IAS, please. Love over.
Okay, tee up, boys.
Jack.
Oh, back to Fazbug. 4 minutes.
Any news? What does he have to say then?
It's only a page. It's been away nearly 4 weeks, and this is the first I've heard. It's all about the money he's earning. How he's going to send some for the rent down the airfield, and will I check everything's all right?
That's Jack.
That's Jack. That's Jack. What's that supposed to mean? And why am I the one who's sitting around here doing nothing, worrying about everything? I've had enough, Mum. I think I must be nearly as mad as he is.
What does that mean?
I'm not going near that airfield. First thing I'm going to do is get off my backside and find another job.
No, I wouldn't mind a trip back to Blighty myself. Still, that is the first time we've been trusted with Vera. Must be a good sign.
Who said anything about trusting you?
Oh, you are with us then. Come on, you've been reading that bloody statement all day.
Oh, he's having it framed and he's trip back home.
I'm surprised.
I'm going to do better than that. After I've paid Cade, I'm going to see Maynard and show him it. Oh, see if we can get hold of George Seymour. He said there's a Bristol freighter at Southend going cheap.
Well, old JT ought to cough up now after what we've been pulling in.
Well, you'll give him a loan now.
Yeah, just so long as you get those tyres over here.
Oh, never bloody changes, does he?
Got rather an odd order for you, Ruskin. Must be some sort of mix-up about your license. Says you've got it back.
Bloody bureaucrats.
Doesn't make any
copying
sort of
it.
sense to me. You've been flying in and out of Berlin for 6 weeks now.
Must be some of the Ruskin. Right. Better get a move on.
Yes, you'll miss your plane. Now, give our love to Jem when he's here, will you?
Oh, that's a thought. Send her a telegram, will you? Tell her I'll be there 10:30 Monday morning. Meet me at the station, right?
Mind the gap, miss.
Jay!
What's up?
I can't stop, Jack.
Where are you going?
Work. I've got a job in York.
What are you talking about, York?
I'm living there now.
I've only come here for the weekend.
You never said.
You never asked. You wrote once, Jack. Just once.
Well, I've been busy. It's going like a bomb out there. I've paid off Cade completely. You ought to have seen his face. And we're buying another plane. So, you can start looking for a house.
I don't think so, Jack.
Close that door, miss.
Hang on.
I've lost 2 hours' pay already. I've got to get back to work, Jack. I wanted to see you, to say it. We're finished.
What do you mean? Stop back there, please.